Hello and welcome back to Dark Souls, and the moment has finally arrived because I am going to be heading down into Blighttown now. And this is going to be a fun episode, and by fun episode I mean I can't wait for this to be over. It doesn't matter how many times I play through this game. It doesn't get any more enjoyable playing through Blighttown, really. It's just a problem. It's just something that needs to be done. Kill these rats, maybe see if they drop a humanity. Be nice if they did. No? Oh well. On to Blighttown, and that's going to be through this door here. And then down this ladder. Okay. So, here we go. The first enemy we're going to encounter is going to be this guy. And what we want to do is we want to get behind him and backstab him, ideally. Although this bridge is pretty narrow, and yeah, they will sometimes just do that, and that just gives you a brilliant opportunity to just backstab them. But just be careful you don't accidentally get knocked off this bridge, because it is, as I've just explained, incredibly goddamn narrow. And there's going to be another one, and you want to be careful because there's actually two more. You don't want to aggro both of them at the same time, really. Oh, good God, that was close. Oh, I was right on the edge then. And these guys will poison you if they hit you. I mean, they're still poisoning me a bit when I'm blocking, because I don't have complete poison resist, but it'll be significantly more. And you want to be careful here because there's this third guy, and he's the last of these guys left, but there are also other enemies you can aggro, and you don't want to aggro them at the same time. So it's best to get this guy on his own again. Oh god, no. I just had a horrible feeling I was going to get knocked back then and just fall off the edge if I'd have tried to go around his back then. There we go. And I should be able to take him out here with a quick jumping attack. And there we go. Okay. Those guys are not too bad. And that's the last of them that we're going to have to deal with unless I die and have to respawn. But these guys are what's next. These guys, pretty simple. Get them on their own. There's only one attack you've got to watch out for. And oh god, there we go. It begins. Now, you may barely be able to see, but there is a guy throwing things at me over there. And if they hit me, they will... if not in one go, definitely in two, they will toxic me, and that will mean that my health just decreases really quickly for a very long time. Unless you have... This is the attack I was talking about. When they go like that, they will try and grab you and gnaw on your face or your neck or whatever. It's unblockable, so don't just stand there and try and block it. You've got to dodge that one. But as for these guys, yeah, you can see him there. Or you should be able to see him there. He will fire these blow darts. I assume they're blow darts. It looks like that's what that is. And yeah, if they hit you, it's trouble. But they die really easily when you get close to them, and they thankfully don't respawn. There was some small mercies that were made in this game, and that is one of them. Those guys do not respawn, so if you take them out, you won't have to deal with them on subsequent run-throughs. This bridge, be careful, because when you start walking on it, it will start moving. So just watch out for that one. But more of these guys should be fairly easy to deal with, provided you don't forget to just lift your shield up like I did just then. Can you see the bonfire from here? Yes, you can. On the middle of that bridge, there we go. You can see the bonfire that we are trying to get to. Now, you can, I say can because I'm not going to do it. Jump over to that ledge there with that item on. I'm not even sure what that item is. I think it's a weapon, but I'm not 100% certain on that. And then you can roll down, and you're right at the bonfire then. But yeah, I'm just going to take the safe route. And I say safe route. It's slightly safer, but I just don't trust my jumping ability to be able to make that. Oh god, I forgot about that. Yep, that's a trap to lure you into thinking, oh, I'll just grab that item, and then fall. And then you've got to walk across this rickety bridge that will also move. Or will it? No, apparently it won't. Oh, there we go. It does. I thought it did. Apparently just not that first section. There's a couple of these guys here. Take both of them out. And, yeah, if you fell down... Oh no, oh god, he has an item then, he's just fallen off. I do prefer the way Dark Souls 2 did it, where the item just drops separately. But the bodies don't ragdoll in that anyway, so it doesn't even make much of a difference. But anyway, if you fell down that hole like I did, then you'll end up here, and this is right next to the bonfire anyway. You take out those two guys, and you are at the bonfire. So I would say we're about... probably about the halfway point of our descent, because where we're trying to get to is right at the bottom here. Just about see, sort of... You can't really see anything other than the floor, but we are trying to get to the bottom of Blighttown, because that's where the next boss is going to be. It's also where the second bonfire is in Blighttown, and we're going to be wanting to use that one, because that one's going to be very important. Now, another one of these guys. I actually think there's one behind me. No, there's not. I just was imagining things. These dogs, didn't get a chance to show you there because I killed them too quickly. Probably what you want to do though, you probably want to kill them quickly. But those dogs will start shooting fire at you. Now there is another guy who will shoot toxic darts at you again, so watch out for him. He got me once, and you can see that almost toxiced me in one hit, but luckily it didn't, so now I can back off, kill this guy, wait for the toxic to go down, and have another go at running past him. So if I can just get round this corner here where this guy is, he won't be able to hit me. There we go. He's doing that attack, so I'll just dodge out the way and hit him in the back. Okay, and moving on. My memory's a little fuzzy about this area. Oh god, he's still shooting at me. Right, I think what I want to do to avoid that guy the best is I want to just drop down here. Is this right? I think this is right. And then, is there a ladder here, or do I drop down? I drop down here. Yes, this is where I want to be. I'm fairly sure of it. Okay, amazing treasure ahead. Why do I not trust that? Where's that guy? I can hear... I've just heard someone break a pot, presumably to start coming up to attack me. Oh, it's that guy. Oh, shit, there's two of them. There we go. And second guy taken out. Go on, I'll bite. What's down here? Oh. Oh no wait, there is oh! It's this guy. Yep. Thank you for that that message there of amazing treasure ahead. Brilliant. Maybe there is, because it does look like there is something over here, actually. What is this? I've not been over here. Eagle shields. Let's have a look at that. It's a great shield, so... it looks pretty good. Good lightning damage, good stability. But I'm not going to be using great shields, so... Not massively useful to me, but maybe useful to you if you're just doing a straight tank build of just trying to be able to tank as much damage as possible. But anyway, the place I actually want to go is, I'll just grab this item first. Soul of a Proud Knight. That's quite a good soul, I believe. Where I actually want to go is down this ladder here. Grab this, and then head down here. And this will take you into this cave where there's one of these guys, and there's one of those guys as well. Oh well, brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. See, that was Dark Souls. That was just Dark Souls perfectly summed up there. Because each of those guys individually I was having no problem with, but both of them at the same time, suddenly incredibly difficult. And I've completely lost my bearings as to where I am now. Ah, right, yes, this bridge with the fire dogs. And you. Oh, he's... God's sakes. No. No. Bad. Bad. I'm not losing those souls. I'm getting back to those goddamn souls I dropped. Oh god. No. There we go. Right. That could have gone better. It could have gone much worse. But same thing as we did last time. Hop down there. Hop down here. Get to this ladder. Drop down it. Take this guy out. And then round here to where my souls are. Now with any... Grab the souls first. I wonder if I run back up here, I probably should be able to have that one guy, the small guy, come up on his own. There we go. And now let's go and deal with this big fat guy. There we go, stab him in the back, and then hit him with a jump attack when he stands up. Okay. Oh, shit, where did you come from? Well, I lost my humanity, so that's disappointing, but at least I got back to the souls, and it didn't take me too long. But once you've done that, you just want to come down here, and then through this fog gate, and you're now into what is basically lower Blighttown, I suppose. I suppose that's why the separation's there. Find this ladder. They're not always easy to see. I still miss them sometimes myself. But, yeah, it's pretty much just ladders down now, and then... I've not actually looked in here before. Is there anything even in here? Maybe across that really thin, perilous bridge. I'm not going to chance it. I just want to go down. And now you're into this area, you will start finding these guys. And these guys will start breathing fire at you, and their dead bodies will cling to you like nothing else in this game. But luckily I can one-hit them at this point, so they're not too bad. And just drop down here, don't need to use that ladder. Drop down here. We're nearly at the next bonfire now, so we shouldn't have too much of a hassle now. Although there is a guy trying to shoot toxic darts at me. I would really appreciate it if I could kill him before he toxiced me. Brilliant. Wanderer stuff there, that is one of the starting sets as well. But you can find it there if you didn't pick that class. Obviously, it's pretty good for lightweight armour, that. I know a lot of people who go for decks like to use that for the early mid-game. Ah, these guys. This is the first experience we've had with these. These are probably the most annoying enemies in Blighttown, just because they are really annoying to hit. I dealt with them alright that time, but I guarantee you, if you're not using some sort of like bow and arrow or throwing knives or something, they can be ridiculously annoying. They just seem to just be out the way of your sword slashes. But now I'm down at the bottom, I'm just going to make a run for the bonfire, which, if you've come that way into Blighttown, is to the right. Now this swamp at the bottom is poisonous, so if you stand in the water you will start getting poisoned. So keep that in mind. I'm alright because I've got to the bonfire now. And I'm just going to quickly rest here. And level up actually, because I want to keep these souls. In fact, I'm going to have to pop some souls because that should be enough, the large soul of a nameless soldier. Maybe not, actually. Thinking about it. What about soul of a nameless soldier? How much does that give me? 800. That should be enough for me to get 2 levels. Which I will put in to endurance. Both of them. Okay. Okay. So, now. Now I am going to go human. Because there is an NPC invasion here. Sometimes you will just actually be invaded by NPCs in set places, and this is one of them. And I'm going to use 2 humanities because I'm also going to kindle this bonfire, because this is going to be the bonfire for the next boss, and I would appreciate it if I had 10 Estus flasks to deal with this. And what is going on with my legs? They are bugging out quite badly. That's a bit weird. But anyway, as for this area, we've got the rusted iron ring, so that should really help us in terms of our ability to move through the water quickly, but you want to stay out of it as much as you can. Which, if you're just going to the boss, is entirely possible to stay out of it. It's entirely possible to not get poisoned between now and the boss, provided you don't have enemy do that and jam you in. But here's Manita Mildred, the invasion. I've only got poison. If I had toxic I would be a bit more worried, but the poison isn't too bad, so I should be able to deal with Mildred while I am poisoned. But yeah, just get in for the backstab, and she's already nearly dead. Oh god, it's some of those fly things. Kill her, kill that fly. Have an Estus. And then you get 8,700 souls off that. I wonder if that's a set amount, because that is a really weird amount. I suppose I might have got some from the fly that might have messed it up a bit, but I don't know. Is that actually the amount, or does that vary based on? I've never even paid attention, but that'll give us another level. So I'm going to put that in endurance because I want to get my equip load up a bit. But since we're human, we can start seeing people's summon signs. I'm not going to summon this guy. I am going to do a summon, because once I get outside the boss room, you will see that I will be able to now summon Manita Mildred, now that I have killed her. And she's not particularly good against the boss, but what she will do is she will take the boss's attention away from me at times, which will allow me to get away and heal and do things like that, so she can be really useful in that sense. Now, the best way I've found to get to this boss without too many problems is to run across the swamp to this side. Now, there are going to be the big troll guys we've been fighting earlier. There's going to be some of them, only they're not going to have clubs, they're going to have huge boulders, and you can actually see one over there on the other side. There's a couple of them, and they're going to chase after you, and they're going to try and either throw the boulders at you, or if they're close enough, smash you with the boulders. So what you want to do is you just want to run past them. Like, just run. Just don't look back. Just run. And if you've got the the rusted iron ring, even, that's really helpful because you really don't lose much pace when you're in the water. And I have been poisoned, but that's no biggie because I will have plenty of time to get rid of that once I get into this area here. Because if you just run straight up here, we will be in the boss area for Blighttown. I don't know why I completely forgot the name of this area, but You can run past these guys. They are passive. They will attack you if you attack them, and when you kill them, there'll be like sort of maggots will spew out of them, and it can be annoying. But you can just leave them and just run past them. And here is the summon sign for Manny to Mildred. So I'm going to summon her for this boss fight, and hopefully I'll get this in the first or second try, because I find this boss fight to be particularly problematic. It probably has stuff to do with the fact that she has one attack that may kill me in one. I don't know if I mess it up. But anyway, into the arena, and we will get a nice little intro video of this boss. So this is, as you can see from that name at the bottom, the Chaos Witch Quelaag, and she was one of the... that is not a good start. That is an awful start. This is the Chaos Witch Quelaag, and she is one of the Daughters of Chaos that was talked about in the intro cutscene. The Daughters of Chaos were the followers of the Witch of Izalith. But as you can see, she's a bit spidery now. And she will, she has a combination of attacks. She will spew lava at you. She will swing her fire sword around like that, which can be annoying because it will do chip damage if you, because my shield doesn't 100% protect fire, so it will do small amounts of damage to me even if I block it. She will also jump at you. That's another one of her attacks, although that's sort of more of a, she will just try and catch up to you if you run away from her. Luckily I'm doing quite a bit of damage thanks to my Black Knight Sword +3. I've never had this upgraded this early in the game, so I'm not used to doing this much damage. I'm used to having more of a problem. But she also does have an AoE attack, which she hasn't done yet, but I'm trying to get around this lava. It's creating a bit of a problem for me. Mildred's half dead, but she's doing a nice job of taking the attention off me. But she has an AoE attack, which she telegraphs, so if she starts doing it, I should be able to see it. And I'm kind of hoping she does it so I can at least show it off. But no, it doesn't look like she's going to do it. I'm just going to kill her. There we go. That caused me so few problems, it was unbelievable. But I do have a Black Knight Sword +3. But there you go, that was Quelaag. We get 20,000 souls for that. I was not expecting to beat her first time, but anyway. That I only died once in Blighttown as well. I was not expecting that. But basically, yeah, she has an AoE attack, which is really powerful and may or may not have killed me in one. I don't know if I've got enough defense to have survived it. But she will telegraph it, so once you've seen it once, you should be able to recognise it again and again. But once you've killed her, you run past her and you will find this, the second bell of awakening. So there we go. We have managed to ring both the bells, and that is the early game complete. We can now move on to what I would say is the mid game now. Because, yeah. And this, what we are seeing now is we are seeing the gate to Sen's Fortress being opened. And if you're playing for this for the first time, you've probably explored a bit and you probably recognise where this gate is, because it is right outside the bonfire that is next to Andre the blacksmith. And most new players will probably have gone up and looked at that and found there was no way in. And that's because you have to ring both the bells of awakening. And most people would look at this now and they would think, right, I've beaten Quelaag, I've got a Homeward Bone, let's just get back to that bonfire and make our way out back to Firelink Shrine. But before you leave this area, you will want to come down here. And you will want to hit this wall over here, because this is an illusory wall. And imminent tears. I'm not sure about that one. But if you come over here, you will find one of these guys blocking your path, and you can talk to this one. And basically just say yes. And he will get out of your way, and he'll say, right, have an audience with the fair lady. Now, the fair lady, as far as I understand, isn't given a name beyond the fair lady in the game. I've heard a few people have referred to her as Quailan, and she is Quailag's sister. We can't talk to her. You need an item to talk to her. She is a firekeeper, which is why there is a bonfire pre-lit in front of her. And we should be able to rest at this. And yeah, there we go, 10 Estus flasks. I wasn't certain on that, but it seems my theory of bonfires next to firekeepers giving you 10 is correct. They're pre-kindled, at least one level. But she does have a covenant, the Daughters of Chaos, which you can enter if you want. But we're not going to do that right now. And there is an item in the game that you can get later on. It's one of the starting gifts, actually. The Old Witch's Ring, and that will allow you to talk to her. But if you don't pick it as a starting gift, there is another way to get it, and I will be showing you that as well. And then this dude over here, you can talk to him and you can buy a servant roster off him. Now, if you're in the Daughters of Chaos, he will sell you pyromancies. Yeah, he won't tell me anything unless I befriend. You know what? I'll enter the Covenant, because it's not like I'm in any other Covenant, so... Or am I? Was I in another Covenant? I don't think I was. Maybe I was, but we get the Great Chaos Fireball for joining, which is a great spell if you're a Pyromancer. But we should be able to talk to this guy now. No. Apparently not. Maybe if I rest at the bonfire now that I've become a member of the Covenant. Oh, there we go. No, he's not gonna... I'm not sure how I get him to talk now. I can't remember. But if you talk to him, he will tell you how the fair lady, she sucked the blight pus out of the infected citizens of Blighttown to save their lives. But basically, she just... she's dying now, basically, and she's in incredible pain. And you just killed her sister, who is the only person who can talk to her in the entire world. So, good luck with that. I hope you're proud of yourself. But actually, I'm going to go back to this bonfire, because I want to use these souls before I end up losing them. And this has been pretty short. Actually, I'm not sure how long it's been going on, but this feels like it's been pretty short, because I got that on the first go. So what I'm actually going to do, I've got 2 in endurance and 1 in vitality. What I'm actually going to do before I finish this part is I am going to show you how to take the shortcut out of Blighttown. And if you have the master key, you can also use this as a shortcut into Blighttown, if you don't want to go down the route I took. But the route I took does allow you to find some nice gear, so I'd say personally I think it's worth going down it, even if it is more challenging and a bit more frustrating. I would say it was worth it. But unfortunately we can't home with bone now, because I used that bonfire. But one benefit is that later on in the game we will get an item that will allow us to warp between bonfires, and there is an area past that way called the Demon's Ruins, where we can't really do anything in yet until later in the game. But now that we've used that bonfire in front of the Fair Lady, we will be able to warp to that bonfire once we get the item that lets us warp, so we don't have to come back through Blighttown when we want to get back there. So that's why I recommend using that bonfire now. Although by the time you get the item that lets you warp, you'll have much better gear, so maybe it won't be that big an issue to to get through Blighttown again, but I just don't see the point. But now that we've done that, I'm just going to run back to the bonfire, and I don't care about being poisoned because, as I said, I'm running back to the bonfire. I'm going to grab this item. I can't remember what it is. It's a large Titanite shard, useful for upgrades and equipment. Where is the bonfire? It's past here, isn't it? Kill this guy. And then kill this guy. And then I'm going to use this bonfire here. Oh, actually, I'm not going to leave just yet, because I am actually going to show off a method you can do to grind. If you want Titanite shards and large Titanite shards, I'm going to show you a way to quite easily get a lot of them. And that is if you come from this bonfire, and you come over here, and you just run past all these guys. You are likely to get poisoned, but your health won't trickle down that much. You should be alright, especially if you've got 10 Estus flasks, you should be fine doing this. But what you want to do is, once you get over here, you will find these slugs. And you should be able to kill these slugs pretty quickly. Especially if you've got a +3 Black Knight sword. And these slugs will drop one of two things. Well, they might drop nothing, but if they drop something, it'll be one of two things. It'll either be a green Titanite shard, or a large Titanite shard. And I'll just kill all these guys. But if you get a green Titanite shard, you can use that to upgrade, I believe it's divine weapons. So, you know what, let me just concentrate a second so I don't die to these slugs stupidly. Right, you use green Titanite shards to get divine weapons upgraded, or upgrade them early on. And we're going to be using a divine weapon earlier on because there is an area where it's very useful to have a divine weapon. So we will be using any green Titanite shards we get. They're not dropping much. I have only got 1 humanity, so my item discovery is probably not too high, so maybe that's the reason. Probably shouldn't have healed there, but I just about got away with it. I'd really like these to drop something so I could prove my point of these drop things. But if you really want to come here for the purposes of farming large Titanite shards and green Titanite shards, it may be best to actually come with more humanity, because up to 10 humanity you increase your item discovery. I think I've been through this. I do think I mentioned this when I was looking for the Black Knight sword. I mentioned about having more humanity. Up to 10. And there is actually a ring you can get, and that will be in an area that we're going to probably next, called Sen's Fortress. You can get a ring that will also increase your item humanity. Your item discovery. And you can get it up to 410, which is the maximum. And there we go, they've actually dropped a couple of large Titanite shards there, so that proves my point of these guys are pretty good for dropping large Titanite shards. Because my item discovery is currently 150. You can get it up to 410 and come back and farm these guys and get more. Now, finally I'm going to get round to explaining this as well. The green Titanite shards, you will probably get a lot of them if you're farming for large Titanite shards, and you can give them to a character in the game who we will meet soon, and you can turn 1 green Titanite shard into 5 regular Titanite shards. So you will probably end up with an excess of green Titanite shards, so you will probably be able to get plenty of Titanite shards that way. So you shouldn't really need to farm anywhere else to get extra Titanite shards. This should give you more than enough. And I think I'm going to come back here off screen once I've finished this episode and do a lot more farming, because I want to get my armour up. Now that I finally have a place where I can farm Titanite, I'm going to start upgrading my armour to the best point I can get it to without getting Titanite chunks, which is the next stage, which I believe is +6. I believe I should be able to get my elite set to all +6 using just Titanite and larger Titanite, so I think I'll do that before the next part. I'll probably do that with more humanity off screen, but as I said, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to get out of Blighttown very easily. You can get into Blighttown this way if you've got the master key, but if you don't have the master key, I don't think you can get in this way. Let me think. You can get in this way, sorry, if you don't have the master key, but it'll be a lot more hassle. Now we're going to have to use the elevator. Be careful with this, because I've fallen off this more times than I would like to admit. But yeah, just be cautious about getting on and off this thing. But yeah, I think you can use this shortcut if you go through a place called the Valley of the Drakes. But that requires going through you know what, it's not that hard to get there, but I've never actually used that route to get to Blighttown, so I don't know how hard it is to get through the Valley of the Drakes. It wouldn't be too hard getting to the Valley of the Drakes, but I think getting through the Valley of the Drakes might be the problem. There's actually another guy who fires toxin here, and you know what? How many? I've got 4 blooming purple. I'm going to chance this here. This could end up with me dying, and I'll look a bit stupid, but I'm going to chance this here because there's a very, very good item that I can get here. And all I have to do is fight my way past about 4 of these guys. So I'm probably going to get toxicked, but you know what? I've got enough stuff to be able to heal myself, and if I just charge through it, I just sort of go, just sprint through, taking out as many of these guys as I can. How many are there in total? It looks like there's 5 in total, but I just got some more blooming purple moss. I'm going to have an Estus here. And then take this guy out. Can I jump across to that guy? I'm not sure. I can't remember ever actually doing it. I don't know if I should chance it. It's a bit of a fall. You know what, I'll have an Estus and then I'll give it a go at jumping across. Oh, I did actually get it. Awesome. So, yeah, if you can kill all those guys, that makes it significantly easier to get what you want to get here. Because I can now use a blooming purple moss, because I'm not going to get toxicked anymore, because there are none of them left. There are, however, quite a few fire dogs left, so you're going to have to watch out for them. But you can just try and sprint through this area and try and get the item that's down here. God, that could have been more problematic than it was. But you probably will die if you just try and rush the area, whereas you will only maybe die if you take it slowly like this. But if you manage to get through all of this and into this area, and you manage to take out these dogs, then you can get the item that's behind these dogs, which is a Firekeeper Soul, which allows you to, as we did with the first one, upgrade my Estus Flask. So I can now get my Estus Flask to an Estus +2 when I return to Firelink Shrine. So I will be able to heal myself even more every time I use an Estus Flask. So that'll be good. And that didn't go as badly as I thought it was going to go. But I will warn you, you probably should be prepared to die if you're going to take that route, and you're going to do that. But that is completely optional. You couldn't just come. You can just come up this ladder here and up these other ladders, and this will take you out of Blighttown eventually. There's another one of these guys. Kill him and heal up because I completely failed to hit him with my initial strike. Then climb up this ladder. I think that's almost it. I think this is the top. No. Is it one more? One more ladder? Yes, this is the top. Right, once you get to the top here, If you've got the master key, you don't need to do this. If you don't have the master key, you want to grab this key because it's the key to New Londo Ruins, which is the way we're going to get out of here. And past here, there will be a few more of these guys. 3 to be exact. You should be able to aggro them one at a time, so they shouldn't be too much of an issue. Although they will be slightly more powerful than the ones we encountered earlier, because this is designed for you to... oh damn it, I've been hit by him. Got to concentrate a bit more here. I've been hit again, and I'm poisoned now. I was very lucky there. I shouldn't have taken the chance to get that extra swing in. Let's heal up. Right, I'm going to explain this and then I'm going to try and take those on, because apparently talking while trying to take these guys on just didn't work. But these will be slightly more powerful than the ones we encountered earlier in Blighttown, because the way this is designed, you are meant to be encountering these on your way out of Blighttown rather than your way in. So be wary of that if you're coming into Blighttown this way. These will be slightly more powerful. And I've got both of them on me at the same time. I didn't want that. It's not good. Oh god. I should be able to get this if I can backstab them. I should be able to goad them into both attacking and leaving themselves open. Maybe. I'm quite tempted to just run past them. Let's see how well this works, if I can just run away from them. Because if you do run away from them like this, I can't tell if they're following me or not. They don't seem to be. It seems I've gotten away from them. You will come to the Valley of the Drakes, and the Valley of the Drakes in its majority is down that way, but we're not going to be going down there. We're going to be crossing this bridge and coming over here. You can grab that soul, and then this is the door. So if you've got the master key, you can come in through the way we're about to use and use the master key on that door. But if you haven't, you'll need that key that we got from the chest, and this will take you to New Londo Ruins, at which point you can just run round to here. Now, New Londo Ruins is a much bigger area that you can see over there, but we're not going to be tackling that for quite a while, because that's a particularly difficult area. Be wary of what I nearly did there, which is that the lift will probably not be here. Well, it won't be here if you've come from Blighttown, but just always be wary, because whichever way you're coming from, you might have used it before and it might be in a different place. So don't just go sprinting into there, because I've done that before. And then you respawn right at the bottom of Blighttown, and you feel awful. But if we take this lift up, we will be here. And this is, you might recognise it, this is Firelink Shrine. This is the bottom. This is where the Firekeeper is. And, oh, balls, I've just remembered. I freed Lautrec, so now... yeah. The Firekeeper has been killed, and we get the Firekeeper's outfit, the bloodstained and the dingy set. Examine, dead. Yes, I can see that. And we also get a black eye orb, sorry. And that is, invade the world of the murderer of a Firekeeper. To defeat the perpetrator and reclaim the soul of the Firekeeper. Now we will be able to use that, but not for a while, and that will allow us to go in and kill the person who killed the Firekeeper.
Did you ring the second? It's noisy. This is no...
So there's a new problem. Something else has shown up, and it smells terrible apparently. And that thing is this. So we've got to come over and talk to it.
Ah, hello. Was it you who rang the bell of awakening? I am the primordial serpent, King Seeker Frat, close friend of the great Lord Gwyn, chosen undead, who has rung the bell of awakening. I wish to elucidate your fate. Do you seek such enlightenment?
Definitely. I definitely seek that
Very
enlightenment.
well. Then I am pleased to share. Chosen undead, your fate is to succeed the great Lord Gwyn, so that you may link the fire, cast away the dark, and undo the curse of the undead. To this end, you must visit Anor Londo and acquire the Lord Vessel.
Right. that I will do. And to reach Analondo, we need to brave Sen's fortress. And that's going to be the next part. So let's just, since we can't use the bonfire, I didn't even check it, but I will tell you now, you can't use the bonfire at Firelink Shrine because it has gone out, because the Firekeeper is dead. So where you're going to want to come is up here. Now the bonfire being out at Firelink Shrine shouldn't be too much of an issue, because by the time you can get that bonfire lit again, between now and when we can get the bonfire lit again, sorry, you shouldn't need to use that bonfire, so there shouldn't be too much of an issue. But what we're going to do is we're going to come back up here, and we're going to go down to this bonfire that's passed this way. Hollow soldier armour, brilliant, so useful. But we're going to come down to this bonfire in front of Andre Vestora, or above him, I suppose I should say. And we are going to be tackling Sen's fortress in the next part, which is just down that way. The gate is now open, and that will allow us to enter Sen's fortress. And that is a house of fun, that is Sen's fortress, so that should be a great part. So I will see you next time for Sen's fortress.